G'day, welcome back to Dad vs Son and our playthrough of Illusions of Glory from GMT. I had another check on the mandatory offensive thing, like I said. I had effectively a 4 for this British-French one, and that is basically the British and French are not allowed to do an offensive during that time, but there's none there at the moment, so the Allies do not have a mandatory offensive, whereas the Central Powers do have Austria-Hungarians having to do something about the Italians. Righty-o. I've removed all the cards that were held over from the last turn for the Allies, which reduced the Germans to 0 replacement points and so forth. So we are good to go, and we are into the first action. And I forgot to reset these again as usual because I'm just silly. So as soon as I've finished putting my buff head and hairy arm in the way and resetting these, it will be the Allies' first action in the summer of 1915, and we are good to go. And they have a C, D, E. So C is Russian reinforcements, D is Sarail, a card, and E is a combat card. Okay, so we can get some Russian reinforcements, and we would get the 26th, 28th, 3rd Siberian, and 22nd Finnish Infantry Corps. And if we did that, it would take our troop quality down to 12. Not too bad. Or we can use it for its 2 ops points or 1 Russian replacement point. We also have Sarail, who will give me I was just trying to read ahead. It will give me 1 war status point. It can be used for its 2 ops value, and it says basically General Maurice Sarail is appointed to command the Army of the Orient. Place the Sarail headquarters with any supplied APLCU in the Balkans or located on Lemnos. All AP units stacked with Sarail are activated as 1 nationality. The event cannot be played if there are no AP units in the Balkans or Lemnos. Okay, so we're going to play this card. So the first thing that happens is we say we're playing an event. We get 1 war status point, which takes the total now up to 16. We get his counter, which is hiding somewhere over the rainbow. I had it, I did. Come on, where are you, you little... Aha! No, that's the National Defence Corps. Of course it's the wrong one. There we go. So what we have is, shaky hands and all, this headquarters marker for him. And I'm going to place it in Vlore with the 26th Italian Corps. So all AP units stacked with him are activated as one nationality. So that's damn good stuff. Okay, and we get 2 ops points. Right. What do we want to do with 2 ops points? Is the question. Bum, ba, ba, bum, 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 da, 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 Two ops points, 2 ops points. What to do with 2 ops points? Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're looking at moving 13 Corps for the Italians. And then I'm not sure what else do I want to do with the other one. What do I want to do with the t'other one? Is the question. What do we got here? Mountains. Okay, and I'm going to put an attack in here to here. Righto, so movement first, and we're going to bring 13 Corps into Udine, or whatever it's called. I'm not going to apologise again. I'm sorry, I just have no idea. Righto, so let's have a look at this attack here. So we have 3, 6, 9. So we have currently 9 for the Russians, and we have 3, 6, 7 for the Austro-Hungarians. Now, combat card. We have nothing that I want to use or can use for the Allies, and there is no visible combat card for the Central Powers. Okay, so it's simply 9 against 7. Yeah. But we're attacking into a mountain hex, so we get the 1 shift. So we are both on the 6-7 line. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's the way I like it. So the Germans get a 2, which is 3 damage. The Allies get a 6, which is, Germans get a 2, yeah, 3 damage, and they take 5 damage. So we'll take 2, which is the maximum we can take, and reduce them. And now they've got to take 5 damage. And they will reduce that core for 2. Sorry, that's the other thing I forgot, wasn't it? Last time was the troop quality for the Austro-Hungarians because they lost another large unit. So it went down 1. Okay, so the only way they can do this is to reduce this unit and reduce this unit. That would be 4. And reduce this unit would be 5. Okay, I'm going to pause it for a sec. I just want to check something. Oakley dokley, back again. I just had to think about how I wanted to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce 11 core and I'm going to reduce 14 core, and I will reduce the small cavalry unit, that's the 5. They're supposed to retreat now. They don't want to, so they're going to get rid of the cavalry unit and they can remain in place then. Righto. Okie doke. So it's now the first action for the Central Powers, and they get an ABC. So they have German war industry, Hoffman, or Russian war material shortage. Okay, so German war industry is a 4 ops card. It would give them 2 war status points, bringing them up to 9 with the Allies. They can use it for ops and they receive +1 RP for use in the replacement phase of each turn for the rest of the game. And we place the German war industry marker on the current turn space. So that's pretty damn fine. That means the Germans are going to get a replacement point for nothing for the rest of the game. Or they can play Hoffman, which gives them 1 war status point and 3 ops points. And for the rest of the turn, a Central Powers flank attack attempt that includes a German LCU receives a +1 die roll modifier, and an Allied flank attack attempt that includes a Russian LCU has a -1. So again, that's a pretty good one for them as well. Or they have Russian war material shortage, and we reduce the Russian national will by 1. For the rest of this turn, now they can't play that one. Oh yes, they can. They can't play it if Polina Navov has been played. So if they want to do that, they need to do it before Polininov, who's my B card, is played. So, sorry, for the rest of this turn, any AP attack or defense that includes a Russian LCU must use the light fire table. Ooh, that's nasty. Very, very nasty. Now, we're right at the start of the turn, so that is probably the best one to play, even though it's a 5 ops card. Ouch. Okay, so they're going to play that. So it is an event. They reduce Russian national will by 1, so it goes down to 11. Okay, and that is that. And for the rest of this turn, any Russian attack or defense must use the light fire table. So this is going to be where the Germans and the Austro-Hungarians need to fight back big time and kick the poo out of us. Okay, so Allies get a C, and their C is Putnik, a 4 ops card, combat card that is. Cannot be played as a combat card after Serbian collapse, so we can't play it anymore for that. So it's 4 ops, or it's 2 Allied replacement points, 2 Italian replacement points, and 3 Russian replacement points. So do I put in an attack with the Italians? Or I think what I'm going to need is the replacement points. So I'm going to use this card for replacement points, because if the Central Powers do their attacks, as I'm suspecting they might do, with the advantage they got with the Russian war materials shortage, then we're going to need it. Okay, so we have the Allies get 2, the Italians get 2, and the Russians get 3 replacement points. Oakley dokley. And that's the end of their turn, and we're back to the Central Powers, who get a C. And C is the Stürmer and Monastir combat card. Defending units do not take any additional step losses for failing to retreat. Handy. Okay. But one thinks that what we will do is we will play Hoffman next for the event for them. Simply because we can, even though this is a C, we have to use the lowest ops card, and the C card is a 3, and this is a 3 ops as well, so I'm going to use it. So Hoffman grants 1 war status point to the CP, so the war status now goes up to 17. They can use this card for ops, so they have 3 ops points, and for the rest of this turn, a CP flank attack attempt that includes a German large unit receives a +1 die roll modifier, and an AP flank attack attempt that includes a Russian LCU receives -1 die roll modifier. Okay, so 3 ops points. Can they put in a flank attack at the moment? Excuse me, the Germans, that is. And if not, can the Austria-Hungarians do it? And the answer is a resounding no. Right-o. Okay, so let's set ourselves up for a bit of a shindig. We're going to move some of those units there. We are going to do something over here for 2. And we are going to do something over here for 3. So this one first. And I'm going to leave the cav there for the time being. And I'm going to move the Bothmer unit 1, 2, 3, 4 to Allenstein. I am going to put a trench into Trent. Hang on. Can't do. Sorry. Hang on a tick. Oh, sorry. I need to check that. I've just had this horrible feeling that I can't put trenches into mountain hexes, but I can put the trench that I wanted to put down here in Galicia. So we'll do that one. And I'm going to do a quick check about the trenches in mountains. I know, I keep doing these things to you. Okay, trenches. Yes, can only be built in clear and mountain spaces. So no, I was right. Doesn't happen very often, I know, but... Okay, so we now have a trench in there, and we have our trench in there. Okay, and that, excuse me, was another event card. So we're back to the Austro-Hungarian, sorry, the Allied powers, and they have an event. And we are going to play Polininov. And the reason we're going to do that is the effect of Russian war material shortage is cancelled, which is where we had to use the light fire table. So goodbye, you booger. Okay, so we get 2 war status points, which takes us to 11. So at the end of this turn, the Allies can go up to total war. We get a +1 to the Russian national will, so that goes back up to 12. The AP player receives 3 replacement points to immediately repair Russian units on the map board. Okay, so 3 points for Russian units. So we'll do 25 core for 1 point. And we don't probably have too much else that we can do. I think that was the main one that we actually did anything. And yeah, that's it. And place the Polininov marker in the current turn space. Well, it doesn't really matter because we've done that, and that marker was to let us know that it happened. Right. So that was our third, which was an event. Central Powers have an AB, which is the German war industry, or the Sturm and Monastir combat card. So they're going to play German war industry. They get 2 war status points. So we both go to limited war, to total war next time. And the combined war status now is 22, because we're both on 11. They get to use this for the 4 ops points. The Germans receive 1 freebie replacement point every turn now for the rest of the game. And we place the German war industry marker on the turn space. And we do that just in case we have something that can remove it. Right. Oh. Okay, so 4 ops points for them. What do they want to do with them? What do they want to do? Now, if they do, again, like I said, they're flanking attacks, they get a +1 die roll modifier for that. Okay, so I don't think we can do a flanking attack, but I'm going to do an attack here from Allenstein to Insterberg. That's 1. Da, da, da. I'm going there for 2. I'm going there for 3. And I am going there for 4. Okay. So we end up with a trench in Krakow. We end up with a trench in Thorn. We end up with a trench in Marienburg. And now we have this battle. Okay. Now, again, we'll bring out the rover. Try and bring it down so there's less glare for you. Okie doke. So the Russians have 3, 6. And they are on open ground, so nothing there. The Germans have 3, 7, 8 at the moment. Okay, the Allies have 1 combat card, but that's only for flank attacks. And the Central Powers have 1 combat card, but that's only in the Balkans. So, no. So there are no modifiers. It's simply their 8, 9 to our 6. Okay, so the Allies get a 5, the Germans get a 3. So the Germans get a 3, which is 4 damage. And we get a 5, which is 5 damage. So 4 for us, we take 4 damage. It will be 2. Oops. And throwing stuff around again. And 4. So we'll reduce both 2 and 4 core. And we don't have to go anywhere. And they have to take 5 damage. So they're going to reduce 1 reserve for 3, and they're going to reduce the SCU for 2, and that's their 5. Again, there's no retreats or anything else because they were the attacker. If we had been the attacker, then we could have hit them for another one just so they didn't have to do anything. Okay. Hang on. Let me just have another look at that. Oh, sorry. I forgot they had a trench. Now, trench is going to affect them attacking as well as defending. So they get a shift down, so it's still 4. We get a shift up, it's still 5, so there's no effect. Good. At least I sorted that mess out. Okay, So that was their third, and that was an event. Okay, time-wise, how are we looking? 30 minutes, that's okay. We can go a bit further, or will we? We're halfway through this turn. We'll go for one more. So we're back to the Allies. And they have an event. And the only event they have is Russian reinforcements. And if they don't want to play it for the event, then it's also the lowest ops card as well. So we're going to play it for the reinforcements. So Russian troop quality will go down by 2 to 12. And we will receive the 26th, the 28th Infantry Corps, the 3rd Siberian, and the 22nd Finnish. Okay. 22nd Finnish and 3rd Siberian. Okie doke. Now, where to put them? Okay. Warsaw is still full. Lomza, we can't, and it's full anyway. Okay, I'm going to put the 26th and the 28th Corps in Brest-Litovsk. And the 3rd Siberian and 22nd Finns where do I wanna put them? In fact, I'm going to put the 22nd Finns in Brest-Litovsk as well, and I'm going to put, well, that doesn't make sense. We will put the Finns up in Riga, and the Siberians can go to Brest-Litovsk. That makes more sense. Righto. So that is replacements for the 4th. Oh, sorry, reinforcements, not replacements. Get with it, get with it. And then we are into the Central Powers, who get an event as well. And they have no events. So the only card that they can use is this card for either its ops value of 3 or its replacement value. And I think what they're going to do is use it for replacement points. So they get 1 Austria-Hungarian and 2 German replacement points. 1 Austria-Hungarian and 2 for the Germans gives them 3 now as well. And that's replacement points. And we will call it quits there for this turn. For this video, I should say. And then we can come back and finish off the last 2 actions for each side and the end of turn phase. So once again, my thanks for supporting, watching, giggling, laughing, tearing your hair out over my playthroughs. Again, I don't think I've made too many mistakes. Yeah, righto. I won't go any further with that. Take care, enjoy your gaming, and I'll catch you soon. Bye for now.